Is President Trump on defense over the plunging and volatile economy? This story keeps kicking. America's largest companies are down, all of them in the market since the Trump tariff war began.
Breaking news. President Trump's latest tariffs have sent shockwaves through the retail world. Walmart shelves are scrambling, and surprising ripple effects are crossing borders fast. But wait, this isn't just a story of chaos. Beneath the headlines lies a powerful shift that could open new doors for U.S. producers and consumers alike.
President Trump, a short time ago, telling Walmart that the company should, I'm quoting now, eat the cost.
Walmart reported its quarterly earnings, and it warned that price increases were coming later this month and into June. Walmart's CFO, John David Rainey, told me that they just can't absorb all the price increase.
The president is also facing off with Walmart after the country's largest retailer warned last week it would have to raise prices because of Trump's tariffs.
We will do our best to keep our prices as low as possible. But given the magnitude of the tariffs, even at the reduced levels announced this week,
Is President Trump on defense over the plunging and volatile economy? This story keeps kicking. America's largest companies are down, all of them in the market since the Trump tariff war began.
Today, we dive into how this tariff move is shaking up global trade, boosting American resilience, and creating unexpected opportunities. Stay tuned. This isn't doom and gloom. It's the U.S. economy finding new strength in disruption.
Spartanburg County's Walmart grocery distribution center is creating 200 jobs. Reporter Julia Keener toured the new high-tech facility.
In the next few weeks, Walmart is gearing up to open this portion of the building, the new perishable distribution center in Spartanburg County. The facility will distribute perishable items like produce, dairy, and frozen goods to more than 100 Walmart stores in our area. 7 News toured the new facility with General Manager James Bright.
We've taken all of our jobs that are strenuous and we've automated those.
He tells us this high-tech center allows for more problem-solving roles and removes the strenuous factory jobs by shifting those jobs to be done by machines.
These roles will fill from a frontline entry roles all the way to what we call a maintenance technician role, which is a little bit higher paying, but very competitive jobs across all of the roles that we have here, and we're hiring about 200 folks is what we're looking to hire.
Bright says this opportunity is for everyone.
Some of our jobs requires, some maintenance jobs. You have to pass a maintenance test, maintenance aptitude test, but otherwise we have, we'll train you on the job and we'll take people right off the street.
He tells us this type of facility is the third of its kind for Walmart, in that anyone at their hiring event will have the opportunity to tour the space as we did.
They can go on the floor, actually see the equipment, see the building, understand what they're going to be getting themselves into.
Bright tells us the hiring event will be held next Thursday, February 27th. In Spartanburg County, Julia Keener, 7 News.
Candidates can check out the open positions, find more details about this hiring event in this story at WSBA.com.
Tariffs trigger tremors in retail. The announcement of President Trump's latest round of tariffs on imported goods, targeting an array of products ranging from electronics to household items, has reverberated across American retailers, with Walmart feeling the tremors most acutely. As shelves face pressure from rising input costs, Walmart's vast supply chain braces for a new wave of adjustments. While recent economic shakeups may appear disruptive, they also reveal America's enduring resilience and ability to adapt. Tariffs and shifting trade dynamics have drawn renewed focus to the importance of domestic manufacturing, creating opportunities for U.S.-based producers to shine. American manufacturers are stepping up, recognizing the demand for quality goods produced closer to home. Retailers, especially those with significant purchasing power, are increasingly turning to made-in-USA solutions to help offset global price volatility and ensure supply chain stability. Major players like Walmart have already begun identifying and partnering with domestic suppliers who can match the quality and price points of their overseas counterparts. These efforts not only stabilize operations, but also support job creation and economic growth within the United States. By investing in local supply chains and revitalizing American industry, companies help reinforce a defining strength of the U.S. economy, its unmatched adaptability and capacity for innovation in the face of change. Meanwhile, Walmart invests in negotiating bulk deals and optimizing logistics, absorbing some of the tariff burden to shield consumers. And as prices at checkout stabilize, this strategic shift sends volumes of business toward U.S. producers who gain a foothold in national retail distribution. This is not just corporate resilience, it's a strategic win for America. By capitalizing on domestic supply, Walmart is not only mitigating cost pressure, but fostering long-term economic growth. The company's scale means that even small gains filtering back to American factories can translate into significant employment boosts. In short, the ripple in retail supplies becoming a wave of domestic opportunity is a testament to the power of the U.S. economy. With tariffs shining a spotlight on local industry, American ingenuity and infrastructure are getting primed, allowing Walmart to lead the charge in turning short-term disruption into long-term advantage.
He is an expert in AI, and he's fascinated by startups in India. Aren't we all? Welcome, Rishi.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, so I asked this question. I'm not sure that you think it applies to you or not, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How did you get into pricing?
I think it was by it was just not a choice. I think it's just that I was managing data science for Walmart. I just want to correct, and now I'm not no more with Sam's Club. I moved to the Walmart side of it. So I was managing assortment planning and category space there, and I got into pricing because it always fascinated me. How do we have these? How do we price the product? What price the customers will buy anything, and how can I push it for more revenue? Because ultimately, when you are not into pricing, sometimes, and it is even before I started my journey with data science, I think it was always companies can make revenue because they think that I can increase the price and I can get the revenue higher. So, because it was just way before I started with data science and all that stuff, and I was into even started my corporate thing when I was a student. But when you started studying, you start looking at it's
consumer confidence and pricing strategy. Despite initial concerns of skyrocketing prices at checkout, consumer confidence remains surprisingly robust in this environment. Americans continue to expect quality and value, and retail giants like Walmart are stepping up, leveraging sophisticated pricing strategies to meet those expectations. Thanks to data-driven analytics and demand forecasting, Walmart can anticipate which tariff-impacted products will incur the highest cost increases. For some items, they're absorbing the extra expense through efficiency improvements in inventory turnover. For others, they're pivoting customers to American-made alternatives, made more appealing via promotions that highlight patriotic value, durability, and positive messaging around supporting domestic jobs. These campaigns resonate strongly with a public that has consistently shown willingness to support U.S. production. At the same time, Walmart invests in supply chain optimization. Fewer shipping stages, smarter cross-docking, and automation in distribution centers. That allows them to reduce freight and handling costs, offsetting tariffs and cushioning price impact.
That's exactly the right setup, and it'll be a tough message for Walmart to get across here. And this Q2 quarter, which the company did not provide an earnings guidance range for, it should be to the positive, right?
All this translates to minimal sticker shock for consumers and a maintained level of spending that underpins economic momentum. In fact, Walmart's May sales reports show modest growth in same-store sales, particularly in categories where domestic alternatives were promoted. Walmart's CFO noted that inflationary pressures in certain sectors were being successfully mitigated through these dual-lever approaches of cost control and targeted promotions. The result? Americans continue shopping with confidence, and that underpins broader consumer spending trends, ultimately feeding into GDP growth. In other words, even with tariffs in play, U.S. consumers aren't retreating. They're evolving, adapting in step with retailers. That level of resilience and willingness to pivot is a hallmark of the American way. And Walmart's ability to adapt pricing without eroding trust reflects the strength of U.S. retail infrastructure and the confidence of the consumer.
Is it possible to make something in America and be competitive in the marketplace? This video documents an experiment that lasted over 4 years. The goal was simple: to manufacture a product here in America The challenge is that almost every single market force pushes manufacturing to make things overseas. What happens if you ignore those pressures and you just make something here anyways? This channel is supported by the patrons of Smarter Every Day. Their financial contributions are what allowed me to do this experiment, and I think it's very important. The global economic forces that have shaped the world since World War II are changing, and I believe people in your community who understand how to manufacture things are going to be even more critical in the coming years. My home is here in America, but this video's lessons doesn't just apply to America, it's wherever you live. If you can manufacture things locally, then that ensures your self-reliance, your stability, and ultimately, your freedom. Let's explore this topic and go get smarter every day. I started this process with the goal of making everything you see here in America. All of these components go together to make one thing, and that thing is a grill scrubber. This is called the Smarter Scrubber, and we'll talk more about that later, but for now, I want to tell you how we're going to lay this video out. There's 3 parts to this video. The first part,
U.S. manufacturers on the rise. As Walmart strategically shifts more of its sourcing toward domestic producers, U.S. manufacturers are stepping up to meet the moment. Across the country, from the industrial corridors of Ohio to innovation hubs in California, factories are fielding a surge of inquiries for products that can replace imports impacted by tariffs. These include items such as textiles, home decor, electronics casings, small kitchen appliances, and auto components. Suppliers report noticeable shifts. Lead times are shortening, negotiations for large volume contracts are accelerating, and confidence in long-term domestic demand is growing. This renewed interest is sparking fresh investment in automation technologies, workforce development programs, and advanced materials research. The impact is already visible. Where Walmart once sourced towels from overseas, it now contracts hundreds of thousands of units from textile mills across the southeastern U.S. Similarly, where it once relied on imported low-cost plastic goods, injection molding plants in the Midwest are now running multiple shifts to keep pace with demand.
You're not going to be here for long.
No.
There's still time. Our 13th year, our Made in America Christmas, starting with the firefighters, those 2 brothers, American-made coats, built to last.
A little Made in America Christmas. 100%.
Tonight, Rockville, Maryland, the company City Bonfires, making portable mini bonfires, their holiday s'mores kit, the marshmallows from North Carolina, graham crackers from Illinois. Started by 2 dads, next-door neighbors Chris McCaslin and Michael Polsky. In just 4 years, growing from Chris's garage to this giant warehouse. Chris and Mike and the team packing up Christmas orders.
Hey, Davey, we're busy here shipping out all our holiday orders of our Made in the USA City Bonfire products.
The boxes City Bonfires made with love in Maryland, USA. 10 workers, 5,000 bonfires a day, getting them there in time.
I want to say thanks to everybody. This is our 4th pickup of the day, just loading up another UPS truck. Super excited. Thank you so much. Made in America!
And from Sterling, Alaska tonight, south of Anchorage, the Alaska Rug Company.
Hi, David.
Jen, Lutton, Ryan, Bernard, hand-weaving rugs, placemats, towel racks, and bowls out of repurposed Alaskan fishing line and rope. 70 bowls a week.
Sustainable rope art, made in America.
In Palm Springs, California, the company Destination PSP and their mid-century modern tissue boxes, inspired by Palm Springs' iconic mid-century architecture.
Hi, David.
The Direct Edge team in Anaheim, California, printing the...
These transitions aren't automatic. They require capital, planning, and belief in a sustainable future for U.S. manufacturing. But momentum is building. With the scale and influence of corporate giants like Walmart, the availability of American development financial tools, and rising political and consumer enthusiasm for Buy American initiatives, a new foundation for resilient, homegrown production is taking shape. One that supports jobs, innovation, and long-term economic security across the country. And the economic effects multiply. More production domestically means new jobs in factories, plus secondary hiring in logistics, engineering, and quality assurance. It boosts communities outside major hubs, giving workers opportunities they haven't had in years. And it improves the resiliency of the American supply chain, less dependent on foreign shocks, more responsive to domestic demand. In turn, Walmart's brand benefits. Positioning itself as a champion of American manufacturing strengthens its rapport with shoppers. That positive brand resonance is more than marketing. It generates loyalty, increases basket sizes, and reinforces the retail powerhouse's bottom line. For the economy at large, this is a virtuous cycle. Tariffs spark sourcing shifts. Sourcing shifts spur investment. Investment creates jobs, jobs fuel spending, and that feeds back into GDP and tax revenue. It's a textbook Microsoft-style feedback loop. American-based markets lifting American businesses, with Walmart playing a central role in driving the transformation.
Target, Walmart is leaning into the cutting edge, investing in drone delivery and automated fulfillment centers.
By 2025, 65% of our stores will be serviced by automation.
Here's how the country's biggest retailer is going high-tech to deliver on more than just speed. This Market Fulfillment Center, or MFC, is attached to a Walmart supercenter more than 6 times its size. Of all the company's e-commerce fulfillment methods, MFCs have the smallest footprint.
Walmart is the largest grocer in the country. They have added many more different ways to get delivery, often using groceries as sort of a linchpin. So that was a big evolution when they started to think of their online business as really a grocery business.
In the back of the MFC, this structure holds 6,000 to 8,000 of the most popular products sold in this area.
Our automated market fulfillment centers separate the inventory from the goods that customers are shopping on the store floor. These are appended to our back rooms or appended to our supercenters. That separate inventory reduces congestion, and the machine level accuracy ensures that we're picking the right items at the right times for our customers.
Order fulfillment starts here, where items are scanned into the Alphabot system.
We have about 107
long-term structural gains. Beyond immediate cost adjustments lies the long game, the structural transformation of U.S. industry and consumer behavior. Walmart's proactive sourcing from domestic producers sets a precedent across retail. Competitors are observing, and supply chains, once optimized solely for cost savings, are reconsidering risk, geopolitical exposure, and consumer sentiment. As Walmart leans more heavily on U.S. suppliers, economies of scale kick in, bringing down per-unit costs across domestic production. Lower costs then reinforce Walmart's ability to absorb tariffs and still offer competitive pricing, creating a structural buffer that benefits American consumers well into the future. Meanwhile, as consumers grow accustomed to Made in USA labels, even at slightly higher sticker prices, they are demonstrating resilience and preference for domestic goods. That sustained demand will encourage further capacity investments across manufacturing sectors. State governments are responding too, offering tax credits, workforce training grants, and infrastructure support to bolster production.
An automation equipment operator, or AEO, is one of the most vital jobs in our new automated facilities. This job requires associates to monitor our automation equipment and quickly take action to clear faults in the system. This ensures that our products continue to flow smoothly and safely through the facility. Here's Ashley to show you what the job is like.
I said it failed to build something, which at this pan, you can see that it's failing with the coffee. Plus it goes away here, so it's at 5 pound sauce. And continue with this one and figure out what's going on with our purge too. Put in manual, reset alarm, and auto. And them out. There we go. Here's an overhang. Fine tune one. It says it's really sheet 2. I can tell because the overhang was up.
This ecosystem of public and private commitments is laying a foundation for durable competitiveness in key sectors like advanced electronics, green energy components, and precision tools. For Walmart, this strategic alignment strengthens operational resilience and consumer appeal. But more importantly, it advances the broader goal of economic security. By reducing offshore dependency, America enhances its strategic posture, less vulnerable to foreign disruptions and more comfortable charting its own economic destiny. In sum, what began as a set of tariffs has triggered a proactive shift in sourcing, spending, and policy. Through careful execution, Walmart and U.S. manufacturers are turning tentative disruption into a national advantage. And the true winner in all of this is the American economy, more flexible, more domestic, and more future-ready thanks to the partnership between government policy and private sector initiative. So, while headlines scream chaos, the full picture tells a different story, one of resilience, adaptability, and opportunity. Trump's tariffs may be rattling shelves at Walmart, but they're also revving up innovation, encouraging local manufacturing, and sparking growth where it matters most, right here in America. As Canada scrambles to keep up, the U.S. stands ready to lead. If you believe in turning challenges into chances, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us as we continue spotlighting the rising power of the American economy. The best is yet to come.